Everyone keeps telling us to put social media as to wasting time. But no one really tells us, what should we do instead? Well, let me tell you a little story about how I found the answer. I've spent the past 14 months trying to end my phone addiction, but nothing worked. I'd wake up one morning and decide, no more phone, let's end this. But then, I'd face the real monster. Boredom. And that's where the internal war begins. And we torn between the fear of slipping back into that empty, meaningless life and the frustration of not knowing how to escape it. It felt like there were no other options. I hit a breaking point. I knew I had to find a way out. So I kept searching for something to fill the void with. Trying new things, stumbling, getting back up, trying again, only to fall back into that endless cycle of trial and struggle. You may have to dive into many different worlds before you find the one that feels like it was meant for you all along. Realizing that changed everything for me. Embracing trial and struggle was my way out of this chaos. I started to see new challenges as opportunities to grow, to learn, and to keep pushing forward. And you know what? That little mindset shift made a world of difference for me. Why waste my time on something useless when I can be using that time to learn new things? Or why scroll mindlessly when I can be feeding my mind instead? But like any story, there had to be a twist. I got so consumed by learning, filling my time with these activities like drawing, learn a new language, or watching self-improvement videos, to the point that I got addicted to the so-called productivity. Stress took over, and I found myself trapped between two lives I hated. The endless scroll or the never-ending hustle. It's funny how trying to escape one trap can lead you straight to another, right? But here's the thing. There's still a part of me that's a bit lost. But I've learned to embrace it. Because sometimes you totally lose track of where you're headed. And that's okay. Well, in fact, it's a sign. Like a reminder that life wasn't meant to be wasted of distractions. Because, as Muslims, we know that our time is precious. We're not just here drifting aimlessly. We're here with a purpose, a mission. We're here to work on ourselves, to grow, and ultimately strive for something far greater. الجنة. عن أبي البرز الأسلمي قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: لا تزال قدم عبد يوم القيامة حتى يسأل عن عمره فيما أفناه وعن علمه فيما فعل فيه وعن ماله من أين اكتسبه وفيما أنفقه وعن جسمه فيما أبلاه. This hadith really puts things into perspective, doesn't it? We go through life like we have all the time in the world. But there's going to be a day when we have to account for every single thing we did. Not just how we spent our money or how we treated our bodies, but how we used our knowledge, what we did with the knowledge we have. It's like, are we using what Allah has given us to get closer to Him, or are we just wasting it on some stuff that don't really matter? And here is another hadith to make sure you get the point. عن أبي عباس قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: نعمتان مغبون فيهما كثير من الناس الصحة والفراغ. This hadith hits hard because it's so real. Health and free time are two things that we all have at some point, and we waste them like they're never going to run out. We'll sit around scrolling, watching TV shows, watching random videos, acting like we've got forever. But truth is, these are blessings that could disappear in a blink. We could wake up tomorrow with no time, no energy, no health, and then what? That's why it is so important to make the most of what we have while we have it. Do not sleep on your blessings. Think about the hardships and the calamitous events the Palestinians are enduring every single day. Events that we cannot even handle for 3 minutes. You and I wouldn't even be able to handle that. And despite all the suffering, they still surrender to God's will and find reasons to be thankful no matter what. And you're here feeling down because nobody reacts to your boasts, or because you're too bored and have too much free time and don't know what to do with it. At least you have free time. You're not even worried about a bomb taking you out in your free time. The shelter, the food, or the sip of water you have is a blessing and a dream for someone else. So make sure to count the blessings you have and use them wisely in a way that shows your gratefulness for having. And don't forget to pray for our people and ask God to ease their pain and grant them patience and victory. I can't stress this enough, right? Now let's get to the practical part you all been waiting for. I know. Feeling lost can be a cue to realign your focus. And there's actually no need to be lost in the first place because we've been given the ultimate guide, the Quran. So, first, get back to your roots. Start by educating yourself about your religion, Islam. Understanding your deen is the best thing you can quest for and spend your time in because it grounds you and gives you a sense of direction. As a result, you won't feel aimless again. And there are a lot of other things that you can do to fill your time with besides working on your deen. And one of them is to think back to your childhood, to that time when you were the most innocent and true version of yourself. No societal pressure, no expectations, just you and your purest interests. Reconnect with that part of yourself, whether it's something that you used to do or something that you've always wanted to try, or just a dream that you never got around to chase. Now is the perfect time to bring this back. For example, if you used to draw, to cook, or to make creative handmade stuff, whatever it is, just give it a try again and see what happens. Don't be lazy. And if nothing from the past calls you out anymore, it's time to get out there and discover something new. That magic hobby or passion that's gonna fill your time isn't gonna come knocking at your door asking you to have it. You're gonna have to go find it yourself. Try different things, explore new paths, just shift your perspective a little bit. Curve your way out of this chaos. Just do something about it. Don't let that feeling of being lost paralyze you. And whenever you feel lost, just remember this. You're on a mission of self-discovery and growth. But it's actually more than that. As Muslims, our ultimate goal is Jannah. And everything we do should be in the pursuit of that eternal reward. So whenever you feel like you've lost your way, realign yourself with that purpose. And keep in mind, you're not just passing through life, you're living it with meaning, working towards a greater goal. However, feeling lost and stuck in this world of distractions is a problem that needs to be fixed. And we should stop distractions from consuming us. So here's a necessary jolt, or here to snap you out of distractions. So just give it a try. Remember,